Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at DisneyPlus.com. A quick news update for you guys on how Disney and Hulu combined could end up beating out Netflix. But before we go any further, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. So last week, Disney launched the beta version of Hulu on Disney Plus in the United States, bringing over loads of films and shows over from Hulu onto Disney Plus. Now you have to be a Hulu subscriber or part of the Disney streaming bundle to get access to this, and this has given Disney Plus a huge boost in the amount of content available, matching not only what is available on Disney Plus around the world with the Star Hub, but it's actually got even more in there because there's loads of content that international folks don't get access to. A lot of like the ABC shows, like the news broadcast, and like Jimmy Kimmel and The View. You've also got loads of licensed content from different companies as well in there, including Fox with next day episodes, Warner Brothers, CBS. It is truly, it is a fantastic amount of content. Now, according to some new data from Ampere Analytics, the combined Disney Plus and Hulu platform will leapfrog above Netflix in terms of popularity and volume in the US. Now, this is the key thing here, is they're looking at it now and going, look, Disney are putting out enough content across all their different studios that when it's all combined, it will match, if not even be more than what Netflix is putting out each week, because they put out a lot of content. And I think there's been this weird thing with Disney where, people would be like, Disney Plus doesn't put out a lot. It's like, no, they don't. But they put out a bit, and National Geographic put out a bit, and Disney Channel put out a bit, and ABC News puts out some bits, and ABC puts out stuff, and Freeform, and all these different. But when you put it all together and put it out on a weekly basis, it starts adding up, and there is a lot of content on there. When you start seeing everything combined, you really see the power of what Disney are doing, and why, in some ways, they have been spending so much money creating content, but they're not been really getting the benefit because it's so spread out across all the different platforms. When it's combined, they can really go after Netflix. So when you feel like, is there something to be worth watching? If every single day when you fire up Disney Plus, there is something brand new on there, you're much more likely to be staying, and that's the key thing. There's also the thing with popularity. Over a third of the films and shows which people deem as popular right now are available on either Hulu or Disney Plus, which is higher than what Netflix or Max or anyone else. And I think that is going to be a big change. And even they are predicting that there's going to be a big shift within the industry in the US when they start seeing essentially what is going on with Hulu and Disney Plus, of like how this, when combined, they're going to be much more powerful and a lot bigger than I think a lot of people maybe realize. When Disney gets behind something, up till now, they've kind of been, they've had this hand over here and this hand over here and their foot kind of, but when they all come together, they are really going to be able to kind of go toe to toe with Netflix in terms of the amount of content. They've got the library, they've got the franchises, and I think you're going to have those big heavy hitters from Marvel and Star Wars coming in there, and you've got the family friendly stuff, which obviously pulls in a different audience, the general entertainment content with its hot series, you've got the daily content as well that kind of keeps things moving over, you've got the international originals, which I definitely feel like Netflix gets a lot of praise for of creating all this content, but Disney is also churning out lots of international content. It's just they aren't really advertising it very much, and it kind of gets a little bit lost. And I do hope that when sort of Hulu on Disney Plus fully is integrated, we really start seeing the benefits of that. The only issue I think with Disney with their international content is they're not very good at the dubbing side of things or subtitles and getting out global releases. They're still way behind Netflix. I think they've definitely got to get better at that. But maybe when they're all combined, things will be a little bit better. That's what we hope for anyway. But yeah, I think as you look at it, Disney is in a much better space when everything is combined, when it's like a full package. When you can go on to Disney Plus and you can jump from a show like Frasier or Criminal Minds, then you've got The Bear, and then you can watch the news, and you can watch The View, and you can watch Jimmy Kimmel in the evening, or you've got all these different options available. And that is going to keep you engaged in Disney Plus much more than it was before the launch of Hulu on Disney Plus. Looking through what's on Hulu compared to like internationally, it is massive more because of the licensing stuff. Now, some of that is probably going to go away. I don't think all of it's going to stay on there indefinitely because Disney's going to start looking at what's watched and what isn't. There's a massive problem on Hulu on Disney Plus in terms of trying to find something because it's a bit of a mess at the minute. But yeah, this data definitely shows that there is definitely going to be a big impact on when everything kind of combines. And I think that's something that maybe some people kind of misunderstand because they don't think of a lot of the stuff from the Hulu side and the licensing stuff that, it will power Disney Plus. And I think that's going to be a big surprise. I'm sure the success of Hulu on Disney Plus and just as a whole of Disney and Hulu together, when they come together, it's going to be a big hit for Netflix. And that's good because this is good for everyone. If Netflix is making Disney make better content and make more better content, that is good for us as viewers. It's also good for Netflix subscribers, because if they're trying to beat Disney and trying to beat Max and Amazon, they're going to have to create better content. And it's better for us as a whole if they're all strong and all making more competition. That means it's better for all of us, more price comparisons and stuff like that. Just as a whole, strong competition is good, and we're really starting to see things move into that next level. And I definitely feel like now that the powers have combined, that whole thing of like Transformers and Power Rangers, whatever way you want to look at it, bringing it all together is going to be a massive, massive thing for Disney. But let us know what you think of all this. Do you think the combination of Disney Plus and Hulu together is going to be a big thing? Let us know. Do you think you can take on Netflix? Love to hear your thoughts on that in the comments below. Remember to go check us out over at whatsonatdisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe, and I shall see you guys soon. Laters.